Yes, I'm the first one. Actually, 0-1. Yeah, we're good. I said that it is 0-1.
So good afternoon and a warm welcome to White City Stadium, the main arena, as we bring you the Southern Region Division 1 Soccer League Week 16 action. And this one is between Arenel Movers and Mosi Rovers, all the way from Victoria Falls. My name is Sakeleni Ngumalo, and as usual, I'm with Tumi Praise Zagama, and behind the camera is none other than Arenel is alive. Nyati.
Looking at the lineups, Brakesa, that we have for today, in terms of Arenel, who are the home team, being coached by Kutsi Mandire. In goals, there is Senton Dlovu, who replaces Winston Chiweti, who is suspended for this fixture. Then there is Gabriel Zozo, who will start at right back, Jonathan Chiterek at left back. Then there is Polite Mwenda and Carlton Siamalonga as the two centre backs. And Ngobizita Mpofu, Zbusiso Tambo in midfield, with Adonis Nyoni playing behind the strikers, who the one striker, the non-striker, that is Mlungisi Ngube. Then Corey Blake and Kutun Chena will be playing wide on the wings. And then on the other hand, we've got the Mosi Rovers lineup. That is the goalkeeper is Hosea Ndebele, and there is Bektemba Moyo. Clement Veremu, former Ajax Space, former ZPC Wange, is now here at Mosi Rovers, will be playing as the centre back. They are playing a 3-5-2 formation, Brakesa. Then there is Rayton Chuma, there is Brian Dlamini, Kensen Lestara, Rapelang Ngube, Peginko Simkuni, God knows Mufungi Swa, and we have Ryan Ngube, who is on 7 goals this season, Brakesa, and Bektemba Anyoni. They complete the starting 11 for Mosi Rovers, with Blessing Mupande at the center, she is our referee of the day. So Brakesa, I will wait for this one and see who will grab the maximum points as these two teams battle it out.
Yes, we're now waiting for Blaise Mpande to kick off, but meantime there is some attention that is being given to the nets on the Arenel goal, because I think the nets were not properly pinned down, and they want to avoid the controversy, because if the ball gets in, or maybe from outside and it gets in and it's in the nets, it could be a problem there. And we are underway here at the White City Stadium main arena, with Mosi immediately on the attack, but failed to keep that one in play. Well, it's I think on paper it looks a balanced affair, because if you look at the likes of Abo Peginkosi Mkuni, this is a player who has seen action for the likes of Abo Talent Vision. He's had lots of experience playing in the Southern Region Division 1, and also the likes of Abo Clement Veremu, a very steady defender who I happened to work with when he was at Pumula East Academy and Toronto. He is a very good reader of the game. But in the meantime, Corey Black takes a shot at goal, and the goalkeeper has to punch it because it was swerving to me. So I think he only realized when it was near him that it was swerving, so he had to punch it. But Arenel not yet done. Still coming, but now that clearance has been made by Mosi Rovers.
Yeah, an unorthodox save, Brakesa, but in the end, it saved the team. Corey Blake with that good effort. So already testing the goalkeeper, that is Corey Blake, who is starting today on the wing. So good effort from the former Bulawayo Chiefs player, and it looks like Arenel are here, Brakesa, and they want to grab the early advantage. But that was a good save at the end by Hosea Ndebele, that is the Mosi Rovers goalkeeper, who is in his orange and black kit today, Brakesa.
Zlodlo with a cross for Arenel, but that one goes out of play for a goal kick. It was an instinctive save there by the goalkeeper. I think it's windy today here at White City Stadium, so the ball will swerve a lot.
Yeah, I think they should try from afar and try to deceive the goalkeepers. But I think in this first half, it's more on the Mosi Rovers goal brackets, because from where we are standing, we can even feel it that it's going to the other side. So in the second half, it will be pressure on Arenel because they'll be playing against the wind, while for Mosi Rovers right now, they are playing against the wind. So let's wait and see, Brakesa, if Arenel will utilize or take advantage of this situation, since the wind might be aiding them. So those swerving shots might be deceiving the goalkeepers this afternoon.
As a man for Arenel is down there, that is Tito Mlungisi Ngube. Is an experienced forward, also used to turn out for Poso 90. He's also seen duty for the likes of Talent Vision, and he is now with Arenel, who are chasing the championship.
And he has come in here in the Arenel team and has commanded the first team jersey ever since he joined, and is part of the top goal scorers, Brakesa. So it shows that he's proving his worth.
Adonis with a snapshot from the edge of the penalty box, but he was leaning back, and that one was always rising.
True, Brakesa. Maybe he should have tried a bit of control, because we know him for those efforts that is Adonis Signoni, so he can pick them from afar. But in that instance, maybe he leaned back too much, and it went over the bar. But early warning signs for Mosi Rovers that Arenel will be, they want the 3 points, and already they have seized the early initiative this afternoon.
Veremu, the long one forward, and that one will go out of play. Well, it looks like Mosi Rovers are trying to implement Route 1 football because they've been under pressure. They found themselves under pressure in the first 4 minutes of the game. So maybe they're trying to play themselves out of danger using the long ball. And it has worked because now action is now in the Arenel half.
We haven't seen much from Mesuli Moyes boys, but I think the Route 1 football that today they are trying to implement, maybe it might give them something this afternoon. So we wait and see if that strategy or that formation that they are using this afternoon will bring something for Mosi Rovers. So we see them, they have a free kick right now, and it's just close to the goalkeeper, that is Senton Dlov, who is standing in for Winston Chiwetu, who is suspended, Brakesa. So the player is still down for Mosi Rovers. It seems like maybe it might be something serious, but he's holding his shin, so I'm not quite sure if it's a serious injury.
I think we're going to have a problem today, to me, because the jersey numbers, man.
True.
They look so faint. They are not so clear. So at the end of the day, we might come across as if we only favoring the likes of Clement Veremu, Woyem Kuni, who we are familiar with. And the injured player there is getting some attention from the medical team. Hope it's a proper medic, because I've heard you complaining about the technical team members, the coaches, having to end up doing the roles of the medics.
It's very true, Brakesa.
But this one, he looks, he's in formal way, so he should be a doctor.
We hope so. We hope so that he's a formal doctor or somewhere near the Brakesa, and because these players really need special medical attention, because we are now in week 16, Brakesa. So looking at the fact that we've had so many injuries and the season is going on and on, so the injuries will start coming in, and so many coaches are now complaining of injuries in their team, Brakesa. Earlier on we spoke to Square Konani Kundande, then we also spoke to Wange coach as well, that is Kopramoy, who was also complaining of the same thing.
Corner Black into the box, and a miscued effort there by jersey number 15, that is Jenna for Arenel. That was a good chance there for Jenna to find the opener.
Anticipation, Brakesa. He wasn't really anticipating that one, and in the end he failed to come up with a good effort at goal, and in the end it was a routine save for the goalkeeper. goalkeeper. But Arenel are really getting these pockets of space, Brakesa, in Mosi Rovers this half. So I think the formation, the 3-5-2, maybe for now, I think it hasn't really worked for Mefili Moyo's team, that is Mosi Rovers, because Arenel have really got the advantage this afternoon in these early stages.
Jenna cheese up Chitereki, and Chitereki's effort is way off target, and way over the bar.
Another veteran, Brakesa, in this Southern Region Division 1, Chitereki. I think he has seen duty for the likes of Baumain, and he was also once at Chapani Mine, if you know my memory serves me right. So he's a veteran of the game, starting out at left back. And also the fact that he started today, it means that Mandire is now going for experience in the team.
Well, it's 8 minutes on the clock. Still a goalless affair here at the White City Stadium main arena. Week 16 encounter in the Southern Region Division 1 Soccer League between second placed Arenel and 10th placed Mosi Rovers. Tambo, the skipper, finds Adonis, spreads it wide to Corey Black. It is up Jojo for the cross. Jojo cuts inside and tries to pull one back. Lungisi, Tito, Adonis Yoni powers home, but the referee had already blown for an infringement in the box there.
I think he was much more closer to the action, Brakesa, so she really saw everything that was happening, that is play. So I think it was a correct decision from May, because she was really close to what was happening there, and immediately when he controlled, she blew her whistle. So even before Adonis could crack that one at goal. So I think good call by the referees, but we'll get it on replays, Brakesa, and see if it was the right call or not.
Nyanga with the clearance for Arenel as Tambo flicks it further forward. Corey looking for the center striker, that is Tito, but Tito did not read that one. Veremu for Mosi, and to the right channel as Boyer plays it forward. It's picked up by Nyanga to Corey Black. A good combination play between Corey Black and Gabriel Jojo on the right channel. Mwenda finds the skipper Tambo as Jojo scrambles to keep that one in play. It's back to Jojo. Wins a throw in just in front of the Mosi technical bench. Tambo to Gabriel Jojo, a product of Kotonyati's Gold and White in New Makwekwe. He's also played for Whitebirds in the Bulawayo Province Second Division. He's also played for Toronto in the Southern Region Division 1, and also for Ajax in the Southern Region Division 1. That's Gabriel Zoto. Tambo wins it in the middle of the park and finds a support from Corey Eli Black. Black to Nube, who goes down under challenge. Well, Mosi Rovers are failing to get into the final third of Arenel.
They are really, they look disjointed, Brakesa, so far. When you look at, we've played 10 minutes and really they haven't shown us, especially in the middle of the park, how they will play this afternoon. So like you said, Brakesa, we've got those familiar names like Apegi Mkuni, so quite an experienced midfielder. Then there's Rapelang and Nube, the skipper. So those two, looking at those two players, I think that is where their money is. But so far they haven't really got into this one and shown us how they want to grab the maximum points this afternoon. But well, we will see as the game goes on, Brakesa, if they will get into this.
Corey Eli Black showing some good shielding skills there
against his former teammate. They play together,
Brakesa. At Ajax Sportspace, yes. Siamalonga, formerly of Highlanders, finds support from Nyanga, who plays it to Chitereki, long on forward, and the clearance falls for Tambo to Corey, cuts inside and takes on one man and finds the support in the form of Nube, whose attempt to control the ball took it out of play.
What a clever pass.
I think it was a very clever pass from Corey. And this afternoon he looks lively on the right channel for Arenel Brakesa. But Tito, I think he switched off for a moment because that one really needed a slight touch just to deceive the goalkeeper. It was gonna trouble Hosea and Debele in goals for Mosi Rovers. But in the end it was a poor control by Tito, and it remains goalless as we have played 19 minutes here at White City Stadium.
And maybe he could have done what I've heard the kids calling a wish. And maybe that dummy could have deceived the goalkeeper and Debele. Here is Eli Black. He's been outstanding so far. Another clever pass, finding Tito. Good block there from jersey number 15. That is Rayton Chuma.
Corey really doing well this afternoon, Brakesa. So he's feeding the strikers, and they are really failing to take advantage. Another one
from Corey Black. As Veremu tries to clear, his clearance falls for Chitereki to Black. Well, he failed to control this time around. A chance for Mosi to go on a quick break with Shoko. Finds support from a teammate. Into the box it comes. Lesichara controls. And foul there on jersey number 17. That is Mfungulwa. And it's a chance now for Mosi maybe to grab the lead against the run of play.
True, Brakesa. So Pegim Kone there is lining that one up to take it, and we wait and see if he'll be the one to take it, but he leaves it, for God knows. So this is an opportunity for Mosi.
Mfungulwa, well, that one could have troubled Santen Lovu had it been just a few inches lower. I think it was a well taken free kick.
A well taken effort, Brakesa. Maybe too close to the keeper, but it was a good effort in the end. Although if you ask Nzovu, he will tell you that he had it under control. But good effort from Mosi, and their first attempt really at goal this afternoon. So at least they have got something this afternoon, Brakesa, to show.
Well, instead of trying to dance and skip his way into the box, the player on the far side, they tried to find support from a teammate in the box, but only succeeded in playing the ball out for a goal kick. Chitereki to Siamalonga. Siamalonga hoofs it forward. It's picked up by Woye to the skipper, Nube. A good control there from Lesichara, but that one will miss the target slightly though.
I think up front they Arenel are having problems to deal with those two players that are in attack, Ryan Nube as well as Timothy Shoko. But also God knows as to have been doing well this afternoon, Brakesa, in that final line for Mosi Rovers. So we have a game on our hands, Brakesa, because I really didn't expect a match from Mosi Rovers. But in these later stages of the first half, we have played 25 minutes now. They have slowly creeped, and they are now back into this one. And they are showing us that it's not going to be easy for Arenel this afternoon if ever they have any hopes of getting the maximum points.
Free kick for Arenel Movers. Chitereki and Zodlo behind this one. It's a Chitereki with an effort, and it troubles the goalkeeper, and it's in. Artonis with the follow through. The goalkeeper failed to cleanly hold on to that one. I think he was deceived by the bounce.
Exactly. I think that goal area, Brakesa, it has got some dust, and these Arenel players, they've been trying that, and finally it has benefited them. So a good anticipation from Munyoni, because the moment it flew, that free kick went goalwards. he went towards where the goalkeeper was, and as he spilled it, then he put in the rebound to punish Mosi Rovers. But I really can't fault the goalkeeper Prakesa, because that bounce, it deceived him, and he pushed it back into play. Maybe they're looking at the lineman to see if he was gonna flag that one for offside, but he didn't, because I think Adonis anticipated that one, and it's now advantage to Arenel as they lead this one. We have played 26 minutes. Arenel Movers 1 and Mosi Rovers 0. Adonis Nyoni right on the clock there at 26 minutes, scoring that one for Arenel Movers.
But the goalkeeper, Ndebele, should have beaten that ball away. I think he should have just tried to punch it away from danger. But maybe because of the bounce, he was slow to react. But anyway, it's Arenel Movers in the lead. Here comes the skipper, Nube. But his pass there was not well read by Ryan.
The top goal scorer Ryan. We haven't seen much from him, Prakesa, because for someone who has scored 7 goals, I think a lot will be expected from him. But there isn't much that he has shown us this afternoon. But he has potential, and maybe right now, when we look at the fact that they are down by 1-0, let's see the response from Mosi Rovers.
As Nube is hit on the ball there by a clearance by Jambo, and the referee says that was a foul, much to the chagrin of Kuzimandire and his fellow coaches there on the Arenel bench. But it's a chance now for Mosi maybe to pull one back and level matters.
Yeah, they've really taken set pieces up so well this afternoon, Prakesa. So that's another opportunity, and I can see God knows is also there as well as Beggy. So those are the two guys that seem like they are the specialists for those set pieces. But the referee there, Prakesa, I'm not sure if the player, let's see.
Woye Mkuni against the wall, and it falls back to Woye. He turns and shoots, and that one goes out of play for a goal kick. I don't know, maybe Dambo there had his his foot too high. But the player for Mosi Rovers was hit on the chin by the ball, not by Dambo's foot. But anyway, Blazer Mpande is the person in charge this afternoon. So whatever she says goes.
So you have to play to the whistle, and there isn't much that you can do if ever the referee blows his or her whistle. This afternoon we've got a hair, so that is what we saw there. As you know, Mosi are now attacking in numbers, Prakesa.
Yes, Mosi have come out of their shell after going behind to that Adonis strike. Here he is, the man who found the opener. Finding support from Jojo. Into the box it comes, headed away by Veremu. Adonis goes for goal, and a good block there by the goalkeeper. Well, that was a good opportunity there for Arenel to add on to their lead, but some resolute defending by Mosi Rovers.
I really like how Adonis positions himself on the box, Prakesa. Even the way he creates a space for himself, and in that instance it was quite close. How he controlled it, but he created space for himself and sent a goal-bound effort, but it was cleared from the line. The goalkeeper was already beaten, but good defending by the Mosi defense, especially that header by Veremu, because that cross from Jojo, it was destined for Tito, but he cleared it out. But also that effort that was cleared from the line by Chuma, that was also another good clearance. As Arenel seem to be on the ascendancy, Prakesa, at this stage, they are leading by 1-0, but it seems like they really want more as we have played 31 minutes, because maybe towards the end of the season we might have that situation whereby goal difference will count as they go head to head with Wange for this season's sole ticket to play in the Premiership.
Yes, who knows what will happen at the end of the season. So so it will be good for any team to score as many goals as they can, so that they do not fall short when it comes to the goal aggregate at the end of the season there. Veremu with the clearance, which Shoko controls. And the skipper finding Woye, who is dispossessed there by Jenna. But Woye recovers only to foul Jenna, and is the first man to find himself in the referee's book. That is Woye Mkuni.
So unfortunate for Mkuni, because we've seen much worse, things happening in Brakesa, and they have escaped without any caution. Maybe talking to from the referee might have done in that incident. But like you said, Brakesa play is in charge, and whatever she says goes. So it's unfortunate for Mkuni, and as an anchorman Brakesa, it's really hard to play on a yellow card, because anything can happen from this stage. You have to be a hard man, you have to get into those tackles, and right now playing on a yellow, it's a tough one.
Siamalonga, and his effort is blocked. Well, I think they've realized that the goalkeeper for Mosi then struggles to catch the ball at the first instance, so they keep on throwing those shots, taking those shots from range, and well, they've now won a corner kick that is Arenel Movers with 33 minutes on the clock. And here comes the set piece, Tito with a header, and the captain, Jambo, with the second goal for Arenel Movers.
That's Sbusiso Jambo Nani, the captain, making sure that it goes in. But initially, Ndebele, that is Zosi and Ndebele, had done well to keep that one out. But the defense has been going to sleep here and there, Brakesa. But I think it's a sustained period of pressure that has put them on the back foot, because with this attack that Arenel has, it's difficult to keep on defending and defending. Eventually, the center will give in, because it's just a matter of time. So they have to awaken from their slumber, that is Mosi, and try and pin back Arenel Mover. So 2-0, Brakesa, Dambo scoring on the 33rd minute to score more this afternoon.
Corey, good exchange of passes there with Zlodlo, but Zlodlo gives away possession, but it's one back by Tito. Eli Black into the box, and Veremu will clear the danger. It falls now for Lesitara. Through ball, he was looking for Shoko, but well, it was a poor one, and the danger cleared there by Siamalonga. Eli Black, cross-field pass, is looking for Chiteregi, showing some good game management there. That is Eli Black.
True, Brakesa, very true. So it really makes sure that the opposition find it hard to gain possession when you are actually managing the game so well, like what Blake has done in that instance. But overall, this afternoon, he has been the live wire for this Arenel Movers team. Never mind the fact that he isn't among the goal scorers, but I think how he has applied himself this afternoon, he has played well so far. We've played 36 minutes, Brakesa, still early, but I think Corey has proved his worth this afternoon.
Achitereki for Arenel. Pumps along one forward, is looking for Nube. Into the box it comes. Well, he could not find someone in red. The clearance falls for Chitereki, picked up by Adonis to Dambo. Loses out as Mosi clear. Zolzo with the clearance, which falls for Adonis. To Corey. Eli Black plays it forward, looking for Tito. It's picked up by Corey. Into the box he goes. Still Eli Black. He's forced to play it backwards and eventually loses out to Woye Mkuni, who clears and finds Mube, who goes down under a challenge there. So free kick for Mosi. Well, their top goal scorer down injured Let us hope that it's nothing serious, because he is the man that they are looking up to for goals.
Yeah, I think it was a high put there, but I don't think it's something serious in that instance, Prakesa. But well, you never know with these things. Maybe something happened there, so it's unfortunate for Mosi. Maybe they might lose their top goal scorer, who has really found it hard this afternoon to apply himself in this fixture against Arenel. So looking at the Arenel Movers team, Prakesa, I was maybe worried for them, the fact that they were missing Brian Charabaza, Paka. They are reliable anchormen, but Ngobizita Nyanga coming in and making sure that that absence is not felt. So far he has played well, and they haven't really felt the absence of Charabaza, who has been one of the players who has been key for Arenel Movers' hopes of gaining promotion to the PSL.
Well, the case of being a utility player is affected Nyanga in his career, because he can play as a holding midfielder, he can play in defense. So at times when you are that kind of player, you find yourself on the bench with the coach keeping you out, so that he can then call upon you to come and correct wherever needs to be corrected. But today Nyanga doing quite a good job by sitting just in front of the central defense and allowing Zibusiso Dambo to easily join the attack, and as a result Dambo is one of the scorers so far this afternoon, with the other one being Adonis Nyoni. It looks like the goal scorers are the men with the white tights.
Well, so it's now left for Jojo, because he's also in white tights, and he's the other one who is in white. So it's pretty interesting, Prakesa, the fact that both of them they are in white tights, and both of them have scored this afternoon for Arenel. But as you're talking of Nyanga, I was reminded of John O'Shea at Manchester United. So he used to play that role. He would always start on the bench, but when there was an injury or something, then he would come in to play that utility player role, because he could play as a right back, as an anchorman, or even slightly forward. So in as much as it is an advantage to be a utility player, it can also be a disadvantage in the fact that game time you won't get so many matches to play.
Zozo with the clearance. Can Eli Black keep this one in play? No, he can't. 5 minutes of regulation time left in the first half. As Lesitara takes a throw in. It falls for the skipper, who opens fire, but well, that one will go out as a throw in. It was a shot that was intended for goal, but it has gone out for a throw-in. That's the skipper there, Ryan Ngube.
The energy is just
Rapelang.
The energy is not there, Prakesa, from the Mosi Rovers team. I'm not sure what's happening. We'll find out from the coach after this game, but the body language doesn't show players that really want to win this one. So that one, initially, when we saw it, it looked like he was going to get something out of that one, but in the end, it ended up becoming a throw-in. So I think everything they've done this afternoon, apart from just few instances, it hasn't really gone well for Mosi Rovers, as they are still down by 2-0 with a few minutes just to go to halftime. Prakesa, still the advantage is with Kutsimandire's team. In fact, we have played 41 minutes, Prakesa. It remains Arenel Movers 2 and Mosi Rovers from Vic Falls 0.
And well, Chuma pushes this one out for a throw-in, and yet the goalkeeper at the back there, who he could have passed to. Maybe it shows that they do not trust the goalkeeper's footwork. So it's a throw-in that is going to be taken by Gabriel Zozo.
He throws those ones, quite long, and it's going to be deep.
Into the box it comes, headed away by Veremu for a corner kick to Arenel movers. Maybe chance for the hosts to extend their lead from this set piece as Chitereki strides over to take the corner kick.
Yeah, and with the left foot, I think it will be an in-swinging delivery from him. So it's really gonna be a long afternoon here. And already, I think Hosea Ndebele now has a job on his hand, and let's wait and see if Arenel will get their third one. So everyone is inside the box except one player for Mosi Rovers.
Into the box it comes. Well, it's missed by everyone. So it's going to be a goal kick to Mosi Rovers. With less than 3 minutes of regulation time left, I think the halftime break is going to give the visitors some time to recollect their thoughts and also come up with the ways of getting back into the game, because they are trailing this one by 2-0. Adonis Nyoni and Zbusiso Dambo with the calls for Arenel movers. Rapelang is through ball and Mosi Rovers corner kick.
So it's their first corner kick this afternoon, and maybe Brakes, I think this is an opportunity for them, and they are getting numbers inside the box, just a few players, that is Veremu, and God knows it comes in.
And it's headed, but not quite clear there, as Siamalonga tries to make sure, but the danger is still there, and what a miss there from Mosi Rovers. I think there was a chance there for them to try and pull one back. If they had pulled one back just before we went for halftime, I think they were going to come back into the second half a much rejuvenated side to me.
It's a very true, Brakesa. So that one was quite a close one, and he should have put in that one towards goal. Maybe a save from Senton, but I think from where he was really it looked easier for the player that is
Brian
Dlamini for Mosi Rovers to get it on goal, but he failed to do that. And I think like you said, Brakesa, as they head to halftime, there is so much the coach that has to work on in terms of trying to come back into the second half and fight for this one. But overall, I think it was gonna be good for them to get that goal just before going to the break, because it was gonna aid them in the second half as they look for an equalizer. But right now, going down at 2-0 at halftime, it's gonna be difficult for them in the second half.
45 minutes is up by our clock. But there were a couple of stoppages, so the referee yet to blow to end first half proceedings.
And the bench for Mosi Rovers, they've got only 4 players on the bench. I'm not sure what happened. We'll find out, but they've only a few players on the bench, so something definitely happened at Mosi, because right now you look at what Clement Veremu did, a straight pass to no man's land. So yeah, I think it's really not going according to plan for them. But when I look at Arenel, the bench, it has got so many good players that can come in and change the complexion of the game.
Dlamini cuts inside and whips in across. The clearance falls for William Kuni. Finds support in the form of Clement Veremu. Veremu to Lesitara. Clemens Veremu. And the referee plays Mpande blows to end the first half proceedings here at White City Stadium, and we go to the halftime break with Arenel movers leading this one by 2-0. Adonis Nyoni and the captain Zbusiso Dambo on target for the host. Welcome back to the second half of this Southern Region Division 1 Soccer League Week 16 encounter between Arenel Movers and Mosi Rovers. The hosts are leading by 2 goals that were scored in the first half through Adonis Nyoni and the Arenel captain Busiso Dambo, popularly known as Nani.
So advantage to Arenel at this stage, and I'm also seeing Kato Kawaza. He has been doing his warm-ups, ever since we came back to Brakesa. Not sure what or where he will come in terms of this one. So he is also another one who is a utility player, but he can play anywhere at the back. So I'm not sure who will be taken out for Arenel Movers, but we just wait and see if Mosi Rovers will respond positively in terms of this one. But the body language in Brakesa is what I'm concerned with at Mosi Rovers. I'm not quite sure if they really want this one, but their coach he's still backing instructions, and it seems like he really expects something out of this second half. So let's wait and see if we will get a response from the side.
As the goalkeeper Ndebele gets ready to dispatch a free kick, pumps one past the center line, falls for Polite Mwenda, who clears, and Ngube is charged to have strayed into an offside position.
C'est le saut. Il est parade là-bas.
Nyanga with the defensive clearance for Arenel. It's picked up by Jenna. Finds support from Chitereki. Into the box it comes. Cleared away there by Chuma. But Arenel still on the attack. As Jenna lets this one roll out for a corner kick. The first corner kick of the second half for the hosts and the leaders in this game. Into the box it comes. Eli Black turned his back to the ball. I don't know what was the reason for that.
I think he really hit himself from that one, Brakesa, because it was coming to him. The goalkeeper had already missed it, so he's finding it hard to deal with the crosses that is the way it falls for Mosi Rovers. It falls on Jenna.
Jenna in the box. Well, he found himself surrounded by 3 Mosi Rovers defenders, but was good enough to win a corner kick for Arenel Movers.
Already on the ascendancy, Brakesa, their second one for this afternoon. So Mosi Rovers still struggling in terms of this one, and the goalkeeper and the defense have struggled in terms of these corner kicks and crosses.
Jenna with the corner as Ndebele comes out of his goal line and punches this one, but the danger still there as Jenna whips another one into the box, but Chuma will clear. A chance now for Shoko to chase that one, and what a mistake there by Santin Sarani Zovu. He gives Mosi Rovers with a goal against the run of play.
Well, when you watch those funny moments of football, that one definitely goes into those funny moments of Brakesa, because he was under control. But what I was told, Brakesa, is that whenever you are a defender and you are playing a back pass to the keeper, you play it wide, you don't play it goalward. So it's a lesson, that some of our local footballers should learn, because in another season, it was Mandla Kasela and London Zulu for television. It cost their team the ticket to the Premiership when he played a back pass and Zulu failed to control. And once again, it has happened this afternoon. So another mistake at the back.
As Boye clears the danger for Mosi, sends a long one forward. I was looking for Shoko. Ngube wins it in the air for Arenel. Finds Eli Black, he opens fire, and that one is off target. So who do we credit that goal to? It was a pass from an Arenel defender.
I'm not quite sure whether it was Lolo or Polite Mwenda, but between those two, it is one who played it back to the keeper Brakeza. So I think it goes down as an own goal, and it has brought back Mosi into this one. So advantage to them. Will they seize the initiative at this stage, Brakeza, and try and get the second one? Let's wait and see. But right now, I think Arenel, they have to awaken from that setback and try and increase their lead. But Mosi Rovers, I think right now it's an advantage to them.
Tito in a tussle for possession there with Chuma, and well, I had spotted that Tito had strayed into an offside position, but at the far side, assistant referee was quite late in raising his flag, but it has eventually been raised, so play will have to restart with a free kick to Mosi Rovers. Moyo behind that one, flicked forward but cleared by Mwenda for Arenel. It's up in the air as Moyo controls and finds support from Chuma, and Clement Veremu frantically tries to put that one out to touch, but it's collected by Eli Black, who finds Jojo. Into the box it comes, defensive header by Clement Veremu. Jojo wins it back for Arenel, tries to launch an attack, but Dlamini will clear. A throw in to Arenel, just in front of their own bench there. It's Chitereki, and this one to me I think is the younger Chitereki, because there are two. There is Jonathan and there is James.
The younger brother to Jonathan.
Yes. Siamalonga with the clearance for Arenel. Siamalonga offloaded by Highlanders and has found a new home at Arenel Movers. So I think he will be trying his best to try and win a promotion with Arenel so that he returns to the top flight.
Yeah, ever since he won the jersey from Arthur Ndogo, he has never looked back Brakeza. So Arthur still playing second fiddle to Siamalonga in terms of the Arenel defensive lines. So that is what Kutsimandire has done this season. So he started on the bench when he was offloaded, but when Arthur was suspended, he came in and scored that day against Makande and Paris, and ever since then he has commanded the first team jersey alongside Polite Mwenda to form the two twin centre backs for Arenel Movers. As we have played 55 minutes, Brakeza, it's Arenel Movers 2 and Mosi Rovers 1. So let's wait and see if Mosi Rovers can get an equalizer in this one and maybe go on and try to win.
As Chichareki fails to keep this one in play, so the throw-in has been quickly taken by Mosi. Ryan Mube with a cross-field pass, but good anticipation there by Jojo, who goes on the overlap. It's still Jojo past the center line, tries to find Corey Eli Black, but Chuma was quite alert to the danger and played that one out to touch. A throw in to Arenel, which Jojo takes and finds the support in the form of Dambo, loses possession and allows the visitors to go on the break. Shoko tries to work his way past Siamalonga, who pokes the ball out of play for a throw-in. Well, Mosi are showing some impetus to try and find the equalizer here at White City Stadium. Chuma, the long one forward, it's headed away by Nyanga. It falls now for Moyo. Finds a Woye, who plays it forward and headed out of play by Nyanga. A throw in therefore for Mosi. Chuma plays it out of touch as he attempts to find a teammate. It has become a bit scrappy here at White City Stadium with no team dominating the other. 2-1 is the scoreline at the moment as the Siamalonga pumps one forward. Well, it looks like Arenel have abandoned their built-up play and are also now employing Route 1 football, but they are playing into the hands of Mosi Rovers because Mosi Rovers came in here and played Route 1 football.
I think that goal, Brakesa, is disturbed them from their rhythm, and they've lost their rhythm, and right now they're just pumping it forward, and it's not working for them because I don't think it's something that they had practiced. It's just something that they're trying to do on the field of play. They didn't really work on that, so it's now up to the coach to see how he will respond to this situation and change it so that it works for his players on the field of play, as it remains 2-1 in favor of Arenel after 58 minutes.
Jojo with a shot that flies across the face of goal. Showing the initiative there, that is Gabriel Dodlo. Well, we said it in the first half that it's two men in tights that have found the target for Arenel. So the third man who is also putting on the white tights, Gabriel Dodlo, also trying to get himself on the score sheet there.
And he almost did that, Prakesa, because with the Mosi goalkeeper, I think he can just try anything. He has lost his confidence, and I think if the Arenel players try and continue to do that, they might get something. But on the other hand as well, I think Ndlovu coming in and replacing Winston, it's also been a difficult afternoon for him because he saw that goal. So maybe it should encourage the Mosi Rovers, team and the players, especially the striker Nube, who is the top goal scorer, to try and get it on target. Maybe you might get something out of that one, because I think
his confidence is now shot.
Exactly.
Throw in for Movers with Chitereki. He pumps one into the box. A good defensive header there as Nyanga's effort goes skybound. So goal kick for Mosi, but Chuma fails to keep that one in play, putting his team under unnecessary pressure. The defender Eli Black throws it to Dodo, pumps one forward. Jenna tries to tee up Nube inside the box to Chitereki. Well, that was a wayward effort there by Chitereki. It wasn't properly hit, and it's a goal kick to the visitors. The hour mark is up according to our clock, and it is Arenel Movers who are leading this one by 2-1. And interestingly, Cardwell Kawa.
A 2-1 in favor of Arenel, Brakesa, as we have played 75 minutes. The corner comes in.
Chena with the corner as Ndebele comes out of his area, and the clearance is made there. They're looking for Ryan Ngube, who wins a throw-in. As Khumeni with the throw, throws it down the line, but I think he took it on from the wrong position, and therefore it is now Arenel Movers' turn to take the throw. He has to ask from the assistant referee from where he should take it. That's Chitereki. He does that, and he's given permission to throw it, and he does. Missed by Woye, and Moyo will clear. Mwenda with a defensive header, flagged forward by Tambo. Corey Eli Black finding Jojo. Pumps along one forward. Zizo losing the aerial battle against a much shorter Clement Veremu.
I think second half for Prakesa, yeah, in as much as Mosi have struggled, I think there is a slight improvement in how they have played, and their defensive line is now much more organized with Clement now commanding the back line there together with Chuma and as well as Moyo. Another one, Prakesa there, and Sarani, I think.
Well, he's not doing himself any favors to me, because this was an opportunity for him to put his best foot forward and show Kuzimandire and his fellow coaches what he can do. And it's not quite a confident showing by Senton Ndlovu, but it happens in the game of football, and let us hope that he is going to be given yet another chance to prove himself in the absence of Chiwetu. And as I was saying, he proceeds to play that one out of play. It's not been a good day for Usaran.
What's encouraging is that I can see Wanda Peperere, the goalkeeper's coach, is giving him a thumbs up to say, keep on doing that. So maybe the goalkeeper's coach, that is Wanda Peperere, there is something that he is seeing in him. And I was just about to say, Prakesa, that it's now up to the technical team for Arenel to talk to him so that he doesn't drop his head, because it can affect a player what has happened this afternoon. So I saw Wanda there, who is also a former Highlanders goalkeeper, giving him a thumbs up to say, don't worry, just keep on doing what you know best to send on. But it's been a difficult afternoon for him, Prakesa. Having played football, I think it's quite difficult, in such circumstances, to bring yourself back into the game.
Yeah, maybe the long spells of inactivity by Senton Ndlovu affecting him, because, like you said, he has been a backup goalkeeper for quite a lengthy period. I was the backup goalkeeper to Reward Musa at Poso 90, and he's been the backup goalkeeper here to Winston Chiwetu, but today finds himself between the posts after Chiwetu was suspended. As Dumbo picks it up and finds Jenna Adonis, switches play to Jojo on the right channel, into the box it comes, picked up by Tito. I don't think Tito was anticipating that one there, because he's claiming a penalty, but I do think that he should have done a better job of controlling that ball and maybe getting a shot at a goal.
Yeah, exactly true, Prakesa. He should have tried a cricket ball.
Jumbo showing some good skill, but Jenna was already in an offside position, and that one would not have counted even if it had gone in.
I think they should try from afar, Prakesa. Dumbo there once again, he showed us some good skill, but then what? Because he gave it to Jenna, who was offside. I thought he should have tried a cricket goal, just like what Tito did. They having won it after a brilliant cross from Jojo. He needed to do justice to that one instead of complaining over a penalty. But now Mosi Rovers in attack.
A cross into the box, and the goalkeeper claimed it, but maybe his call wasn't loud enough, and Mwenda had to frantically clear that one out for a corner kick. And it's like the fans are not happy with the way that Arenel movers are defending, and we're hearing the cat calls. I don't know if they are aimed at Ndlovu or it's just at the whole team. But that's the downside of having fans, because when you don't have fans, you can play without any pressure coming from the 12th man. The 12th man at times can be a pattern to the players.
It's very true, Prakesa. So it needs those players, who have got a thick skin so to say. I'm not sure which skin they are talking about when they say it's a thick skin, but if you have those that are faint-hearted, they find it hard to play under such circumstances. So those cheers continue, and they are crying for Maui, that is in Shanta Piri, to come in and Butayama supporter is here. So that is what they want. So maybe let's see if Okudze will bring him in. He has also been out for quite a lengthy period. That is, Omawi. I'm not sure if he will get in. He will get some game time this afternoon, Prakes.
But the danger is that when the coach allows the supporters to detect the kind of changes that he has to make, I think it becomes problematic, because they will start to demand all the time for changes to be made. So if you are a coach at times, I think you have to stand your ground and ignore those calls. Even if you had wanted to field that player, you have to stand your ground and don't field him, so that they can, the supporters will see that this coach is not the type of coach who allows us to detect terms. Corey Eli player cut. That was a steal there from Corey Eli Black, and he unselfishly set up Atonis Nyoni, but Atonis Nyoni rushed his effort. I think he could have controlled and picked his spot, but he failed to do that. And he's let Mosi Rovers off the hook there.
Too casual for me, Prakesa, I would say, because how he stepped and took that cricket goal. He already thought that he had scored, but the bounce, I think, also it affected how he connected with the ball. And like you said, I think composure was needed there. Just control it, pick your spot and bury it home, because the goalkeeper was at sea. He's the one who had engineered that move that led to the ball being stolen as another cross into the box, though nothing comes out of it. So Arenel right now, it seems like those GS Brakesa have awakened them from that slumber, and it's now a goal kick for Mosi Rovers.
Much to the disappointment of the Arenel technical department, but anyway, it's Pleasant Pande who is in charge. So no matter how hard they complain, the decision will not change. A through ball there and some good defending by Polite Mwenda as Corey picks it up, and it was blocked there, and wanted some assistance from the referee, but players have ignored that. But now some pushing and shoving there between Eli Black and a Mosi player, which fortunately has not developed into anything nasty. But the blind passes are now coming thick and fast from the Mosi Rovers players, because they're gifting possession to Arenel.
Yeah, unnecessarily, Prakesa, because it's not that Arenel is putting much pressure on them, but they're just doing themselves a disfavor there by losing possession each and every time they have it. So that is another area that they have to work on. But with football, Prakesa, anything can happen. And right now, Arenel, you have to be careful. We are heading, into that home stretch, and we are left with about 6 minutes in terms of this one. And we are seeing Mosi making another change. Prakesa,
that skipper has been he's being replaced by jersey number 13.
So we have now Isaac Piri coming in, and Rapelang Ngube now going out. So that's another change, and maybe I think Mosi will push for an equalizer as well. Looking at the Arenel movers at technical bench, there is also some movement there. I think Maui will be coming in. Also think that should be reason Svanda as well. So two strikers now preparing to come on for Arenel.
And in their haste to try and restart play, the Mosi Rovers player there, that's Lamini, took the throw in before the assistant referee had gone back to his position there. Maybe they wanted to play when the assistant referee was not in his correct position, so that maybe they could score an offside.
I'm not quite sure what the thinking was behind that one. It's like starting an exam without an invigilator. So whatever happens, it will count for nothing because the man in charge wasn't there.
Lesitara with the cross. Here it comes and it's in. With less than 4 minutes of regulation time left, Mosi Rovers have found the equalizer and they've gone all the way out of the stadium to me. And the man who scored took off his jersey, so we are not sure who it is who converted.
Like I was saying, Brakesa, that with football, anything can happen, and I could say that Mosi were really pushing for that one. And I'm sure it should be Ngube, their top scorer, who caught that one. But we'll confirm Brakesa. But it's now 2-2, and pressure definitely now on Arenel because we are left with 4 minutes, and Mosi Rovers have equalized, and it's a yellow card, but he doesn't mind it. He's a happy man. He now, has redeemed the game for his team after a very difficult afternoon for the men from Big Falls. But they should be commended for how they played in the second half. Brakesa rewarded with that equalizer.
And we did indicate that Ryan Ngube wasn't quite impressive during the course of the game. So maybe he is a box player. Your Muhoni, Watson Muhoni type of players who become very dangerous when they get into the box, and there he showed why he is the leading goal scorer.
The reason has been doing. He has found it difficult to settle into this match, and with only a few minutes left, you would want a substitute to get into the field of play and do the job that is at hand. But if he now needs to to first of all heat up and then get into the groove, then you are just doing yourself a disfavor. Maybe I think at the end of the day, Arenel might be settling for a draw in this one, and advantage to one day as we approach the midway stages of the season.
Zovus clearance is high up in the air, and Blazer Mpande applause to end this one, and it ends in a 2-all stalemate there for this Southern Region Division 1 Soccer League Week 16 encounter between Arenel Movers and Mosi Rovers. Well, these are 2 points dropped by Arenel Movers.
All what I can say is that it was a game of twos, where Arenel first half they ran over us, they had confidence, good on the ball and also on the runs, they were very excellent. And whereas my guys were always playing second field. But second half, during our team talk, the emphasis was on we were giving them too much respect. That's point number one. Point number two is that we're not starting the ball from the back. So the moment defenders have the ball and they launch it, their defenders will get back, and they were very good in playing second half. So we were nowhere. The moment you bypass midfield, it becomes difficult for a midfielder to be in the game when he doesn't play the ball. So what is important is when you start playing, the midfielders should be involved when going forward. Even when they lose the ball, they have the power to look for that particular ball.
That's what it was, a disappointing one at the end, but I think we played well first half. But the fact that we allowed the first goal and it gave us pressure. So in a way we were not playing our normal game. Once we considered the second.